Hey everyone! We're continuing our walkthrough now of SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version. This is part 49 of our SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version walkthrough. And the reason why I'm laughing is because for two reasons. One, you can tell with the shiny objects, the numbers, the amount of numbers that's in between the 10,000ths and the number in the thousandths and the hundredths put together is the tenths and the hundredths put together. Can you visualize that shiny object wise? And also the reason why I'm laughing, it's actually for three reasons, because that's the first reason. The second reason is because, do you see the number of spatulas we have? The number of spatulas we have is the same number part as it is in our walkthrough. So beginning wise for this video, you could just think of the number we have spatula wise to help you remember. And it's kind of funny too, because do you see the difference number wise between the numbers of spatulas we have and the number of socks? According to YouTube's new limit, it's the amount of minutes that's a difference between how many spatulas we have and how many socks we have. Can you visualize that number-wise? And if you could guess it, post it as a comment on this video. So yeah, like I said in the last video, we collected spatulas in Jellyfish Fields, and we're right now in downtown Bikini Bottom, if needed specifics, in the Sea Needle, doing the spatula named Come Back with the Cruise Bubble. So we'll continue now. Now see, we're on the west side at the moment, but that's the side. This is the side I don't recommend you do this spatula. You come over here to the east side, because then you'll have more of an advantage of seeing what the button looks like. Looks like number one, and also an advantage of hitting it too. So now we'll bowl this G-Love. So now see, it's using the cruise bubble over here instead, like so. Because see, on the east side instead of the west side, you could see the button. And see, I just pushed it. So I recommend you do it on the east side, because you could see the button more than it is on the west side. Because when you do it on the west side, which is the original side, you have to turn the cruise bubble in order to hit it instead of making it straight. So in order to make it stay straight to help you, I suggest you do it on the east side so you don't have to do that, to make it a little bit easier for you. So now you can tell when we push the button, you saw this platform that I'm standing on. You saw this platform that I'm standing on comes available. So now we'll come on this swing hook first, because over here you could see there's a G-Love, the 50 for this place, right here, and the last sock. And you could tell when we collected this sock, we're now hang on, I'm thinking. We're 13/16 done sock-wise. And now I'll use Sandy's karate chop to open the south door at 4.5 minutes on the camera. And then once you see the south door opens like so, you could tell now all the direction doors are open, and only Sandy can open the south door because we used the swing hook to go over here, because you could tell there is a swing hook here. So now you could tell we'll come back over here to this platform, because I have a cool experience. See, we just made it, so watch. You could tell when we get the spatula, we die, but when we come back up, you could tell Sandy does the moves right after she gets the spatula. And that's usually what I do with this spatula. I usually die and make the moves happen when we come back up like you saw we did just right now. And you could tell when we collected that spatula, A, we're halfway done with the game, and B, we're halfway done with the game spatula-wise, and B, we have enough to do the kelp forest. So now I'm going to go to the spatula named on top of the chum bucket. Now, in the meantime, you could see now it's pretty funny again, because you could see spatula-wise we're halfway done with the game, which is 50, and you could tell sock-wise we're at 65, which the difference between that is the number of minutes that YouTube lets us allow to do videos to be put online. 15. Do you realize that? So now because we have the requirement for the kelp forest, we'll make the bubbles go away. And also, because of that, we'll save our game. And now go to the kelp forest.
Here we are in the kelp forest, an interesting area with many sights to see, for those that don't get hopelessly lost first.
Now there's going to be a new robot introduced. Now you see there's a new robot introduced called a triplicate. And I believe when you defeat them, you get 90 shiny objects, but I could be wrong. So now you could tell, I'll open this teleport box and get the shiny objects around this plant. But sometimes it attacks you, like you could tell it's doing with me now, because I'm in its range. And now see, they sometimes sneak yellow shiny objects behind here, so you have to think. When you see where I'm standing, except on other points in the map, and like this one, say to yourself, do I see a yellow shiny object back there? Because if you're right, you should go and get it. So now you can tell I'm getting a lot of red shiny objects. See, it's a pretty catchy rhythm snapping wise. Do you notice that? Because did you notice where I snapped? So now, do you see this trail of tikis? You have to bowl all of these tikis and get a mega combo in order to get a sock here. But if we mess it up, we're going to go to where you see Mrs. Puff in the distance because A, when we talk to her, we'll open a spatula, and B, when it comes to teleportation, it's close to this line of tikis, except we'll be on the opposite side after the teleportation. And it'll refresh so we can try it again. Now, sockwise around here, do you see where those spotters are and the green shiny object with the pair of underwear patch? We have to go up there and on these bouncy leaves because if you could see the this patch that's right here, if you could see it above me, what you see I'm trying to climb up, we'll get a sock from there too, but you'll find that out eventually. So now we have to use the bubble bowl to do them because only the bubble bowl works with the tikis. So you could tell because of it, that first tiki disappearing, we didn't get the sock. So now you could tell the reason why I'm continuing on is to open that next spatula for reason A, and for B is because so it doesn't take us more time to get to that line of tikis again. We could just take the teleportation and it'll be just right here in this case. So it'll be a little easier. time-wise. So see, we'll open the teleport box and get a lot of red shiny objects.
Hi, Mrs. Puff. Driving class isn't out here today, is it?
So you could tell we collected all the red shiny objects around Mrs. Puff, and you could tell SpongeBob and Mrs. Puff are talking.
No, SpongeBob. Why do you say that? Do you think we'd have class out here just to hide from you? How silly. I'm just, gathering twigs for the winter. Yes, that's it.
Oh, can I help? I have a merit badge in twig gathering.
I'd like to see that. Trust me, I want to see that.
Actually, you can help with something else. These robots showed up and scared all the students, campers off into the forest.
So you could tell proving-wise...
Someone needs to go out and find them.
You could tell proving-wise, A, the Mrs. Puff's dialogue took up like 1 3/4 dialogue boxes, and B, you could tell collecting... This is another place collecting-wise, or finding-wise. And in this case, we have to find campers, and there's a total of 6.
I'll help you find them, Mrs. Puff. I'm the sponge for the job.
Thanks, SpongeBob. I'll make sure to give you a nice reward when you found all of them.
Okay, so now you could tell. Well, you could tell when we began the kelp forest. You could tell it opened the spatula named Through the Woods, right? Okay, so when you talk with Mrs. Puff, then you open the spatula named Find All the Lost Campers. So, if both of these sock things don't work, we'll do the teleportation again. So you can tell, here's the new robot, and what you do with this one to destroy it is hit this bottom one. You have to hit all 3 of them in the time. And I'm pretty sure you get 90 shiny objects from it, if I'm correct. So now I'll bubble bowl this. And you can tell we just got an ultra monster combo from them. And now I'll get a green shiny object. And now we have to come on this stone, because we have to reach up top this first Thunder Tiki in order for us to get a sock here. Like so. And according to the Thunder Tiki time, we have to reach up here. And then you can tell right in front of me, there's a line of bouncy leaves. And there's a total of 5. And when you get on the 5th bouncy leaf, right in front of you, when you jump, there's a sock. And now you can tell, when we collected this sock, we're now 33/40th done. See, I was trying to explain the reduced fraction on the beat. Did you notice that? Okay, so now when we come to Mrs. Puff, or actually, we're gonna, get these shiny objects we see. Like, see, here's another yellow that sometimes people miss. And there's also one in here and in the not in the port ahead. So now when we do the new teleportation of Find All the Lost Campers, we're gonna face the sock we're doing like on the patch and stop the part here. So that when the music begins also, we could stop it on the beat. So yeah, most likely in this video we got the rest of the spatulas that we needed to in Jellyfish Fields that we planned, and also come back with the cruise bubble in downtown Bikini Bottom, and also we paid for the kelp forest, and also we're starting it. So yeah, that'll end part 49, and I'll see you guys in the spatula number part 50.